and we'd heard about TikTok, and I was old fashioned, like a fucking 50-year-old. No, it's just chicks dancing, mate. I don't want to look at this. I don't need it. And then I saw that people were posting normal content on there. And I thought that it was, because it was from Musical.ly or whatever, that it was just people singing and dancing, and I had no interest in it. So then we downloaded the app. We're at Rog's place, and he goes, and Dill goes, let's just try it. Let's do a video, just a joking one, where he was like shaking his ass or something.
Yeah.
And within about half an hour, it had 8,000 views or something. Wow. So I was like, and this is the analytical social media brain that you and I both have with numbers and stuff. It's, hang on, I've just got 8,000 views in half an hour, whereas I'm working my ass off to do a long form video that's getting 400 views. Yep. So there was something in it. So I guess Dylan and I saw that, and Dylan in particular, he gets all the credit for posting the first clip. And it was barely edited. It was just a horizontal clip that we just cut out from the podcast and threw it online. And it was a little bit controversial, but it's also funny as well. Like, we just left school. And it was, the younger sister is always hotter theory. so it was in high school, you've got two sisters.
Yep.
And the younger one's always hotter. It sounds crazy to say now, as we're adults.
There needs to be a threshold of age, but just in general.
Yeah. But we were using it as in when we were at school.
Yeah.
It was a lot safer to do all that because we were the same age.
Well, to back you in, I am dating the youngest of the family, and is the younger sister.
Okay, so what are you saying about the others?
I didn't anticipate.
You've dug yourself into a little hole there, you badger.
I didn't anticipate the follow-up, but I'm sort of leaning into the theory that...
Yeah, and I think you're going to cut that out.
Yeah, I probably should.
Yeah, you dug yourself a hole there.
Great theory, though. It checks out.
Anyway, so Dill posted this clip about the theory, and we said, about 80% of the time it's right. And then on the show, we went through all the people and just blurred out their names, beeped them out. And it was just a funny clip that got about 250,000 views. That was the first clip we ever posted. And we were like, okay, well, let's do this all the time.
First clip. Man, TikTok had like the ability to really capture an audience quickly back then. Like, now I find it very difficult on TikTok. But the ability to just try some stuff on that platform, and the platform sort of reward the effort of trying, was super exciting. I can relate to your view on TikTok in terms of I thought people posted TikTok content to TikTok, so it took me like probably 2 years of being on the platform. I'd chuck up a dance, I'd chuck up like cringy stuff, thinking that this is my TikTok video, and it wasn't for maybe 2 years that I realized, oh man, I can post like clips of my YouTube or other skits or stuff that I wouldn't refer to as TikTok content on TikTok. So, like, did you guys have inspiration from anywhere? Obviously, at this time, your Joe Rogans were still fit and firing and whatnot, and they were posting clips on YouTube. And I reckon your Jack mates might have had a couple. Like, there was definitely other pods out there, but was there anything that grabbed your eye to go, cutting up TikToks, cutting up clips from the pod and putting it on TikTok is a thing? Like, what made you pull that trigger?
So it was genuinely just the fact that we saw like shitty little videos with no effort were getting views.
Yeah, wow.
Why not throw up a clip? So yeah, I guess we didn't have any inspiration to do that. We had inspiration to do the podcast, like Hamish and Andy, obviously an inspiration for a lot of Australians our age. And I guess we saw them traveling the world and, like the gap years they used to do and stuff, and that was inspiring to us. Like, if we can use the podcast to get to that level to do that, that would be awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, in terms of posting the clips, it was just, I think we just accidentally fell into it, and then it became a thing. And then
I'd never seen it done before, and I'm trying to think if I'd seen like, I'd literally never seen it done before, and I couldn't believe. Well, I could, but like it was unbelievable that it sort of unlocked the ability for podcasts to grow, because to grow a podcast back in 2019, you had to have 150 episodes and really grind and collaborate with guests and maybe cut down your pod to YouTube clips like Joe Rogan would into 8-minute bites and really just like endure to get there. But you unlocked this ability to like gather an audience on a different platform and almost it becomes a billboard for your podcast and you can move the needle a lot quicker.
Yeah, it was a fast track. It's like a travelator at an airport.
Yeah.
But you're running. It was like we're running on the travelator.
Yeah.
Get that extra speed. It was awesome. And it was, like you said, a fast track way to get listeners. So our audience went from, let's say, 500 listeners a week to 3,000, 4,000 in no time.
Yep.
And then at our peak, it was like 12,000 people a week were listening to every episode, which was great. And then it took us to like so many different places in terms of experiences we never thought we'd have. Being in Perth, like you're always dreaming, but being in Perth, it's kind of restrictive. And you'd feel that way being down in Geelong as well. Like you have dreams of like meeting these people, doing these things. Like imagine doing an episode with him or whatever. And then when it all starts happening, you're like, there's a little bit of imposter syndrome because you don't expect it to be you. But then when it is you, you got to be like, all right, I'm like, we're made for this, or like, this is, we deserve to be here, which is, I guess, one of the mental things which is different for everyone. Like some people are very laid back and they just be like blasé about it. But for me, it was like really intense. It was, you have to.
But you've caught lightning in a bottle. You want to keep the momentum. You know that numbers come and go. You know that the quality's like. Was that what was intense about it?
That, and also convincing yourself that you deserve that because it happened so quick. It was like, we've been working hard and we've grinded away for a year and a bit before any of this happened. Like it was probably I reckon a year and a half we did the podcast before it started to go like on a real upwards trajectory. We put in the hours, but then I was thinking about some of the people who have done it for 10 years and haven't gotten anywhere. And I was like, wait, do I deserve it? But then you got to convince yourself you're good enough, that your clips are good enough to bring people in. And I saw the whole TikTok game as fishing. So you throw out the bait, and then if they take the bait, they'll want more, and then they'll hang around your boat for more, like, you know what I mean? So it was... I guess, one of the things that I always think about when I think back to it was because it was so new, podcasting in 2019 for, I guess, the new wave of podcasts. Because like you said, Rogan was doing it. There were plenty others as well. I know Dill Buckley did one. He started Dylan Friends before 2019 as well. And that was an inspiration too, just seeing another Australian jump into that world. One of the things was, because it was so new, we didn't know how to navigate it. So every time that a brand approached us, we didn't have representation, so we didn't know what to price ourselves at. There were so many opportunities that we, I guess, squandered or didn't know how to navigate, where financially it would have been more beneficial, which keeps the lights on, keeps us making good videos. We can upgrade cameras, we can do all that stuff. Because early days, every piece of money we made wanted to just go straight back into the show to make things better, to make it like worthwhile and lengthy enough to be sustainable. The learning on the go was the hardest thing for Dylan and I. It's great because it keeps you on your toes, but we just didn't know enough about the industry and didn't have anyone helping us, which was a hard thing because we looked at a lot of people around the world who had a producer, had a cameraman, had editors, but we were just doing it all ourselves. So, we probably missed the mark a few times with not knowing enough.
Yeah.
But that's just life and that's learning.